my call to action project was about acid rain. Here's the table of contents of my presentation. So, what is acid rain? Acid rain is precipitation, rain, snow, or sleet, that contains high concentrations of acid-forming chemicals, such as coal smoke from chemical manufacturing and smelting, that has been released into the atmosphere and combined with water vapor. So acid rain is made when is made by a chemical reaction that begins when compounds like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are released into the air. These substances can rise very high into the atmosphere, where they mix and react with water, oxygen, and other chemicals to form more acidic pollutions, known as acid rain. So this is a video of what acid rain does, and this is just a home experiment. So, problems and challenges with acid rain. So some problems with acid rain is poor air quality, impacts on the environment, and impacts on human-made objects. So an example of poor air quality is it will lead to asthma and breathing problems. An example of acid rain deteriorating the environment is it kills forests and wildlife. And an example of acid rain deteriorating human-made objects is it destroys paint and causes corrosion. So all of these can happen on the global and the local level, but obviously it is more wide or like bigger on the global level. The local level, not here in Forsyth, but the breathing problems can cause you harm. And some challenges in fixing it is very expensive to reconstruct factories in order to make it like a better, more efficient way of dealing with acid rain. And we need to do this as a worldwide campaign or a county-wide campaign, depending if we're going from a local or global level. And it's not an overnight fix. It takes a while to fix it. So what is actually being done? So right now, there is treating better factories, they are reducing car emissions, and they're restoring the environment. So for the better factories, we can countries are switching to solar and wind, which is a renewable energy. So it doesn't actually like harm the environment in the way. And on the coal burning factories, they are adding smokestacks, which is a tall column that allows the soot to fall to the bottom and hot air to be released through the top. That is the smoke you see. And then we are reducing car emissions. So by this, electric cars do not actually let out an emission besides with the battery. Carpooling allows less cars to be on the road. And they are doing emissions tests to make sure that your car does not spit out too many emissions, causing the toxic material from going in the air. And then also restoring the environment. So how this is done is they add a basic stone known as limestone, and they add it into places where acid rain is strongly destroyed something. This is a temporary way of fixing it. You need multiple treatments, but it's very expensive. So, and Sweden is known for being one of the countries that use this a lot. So what actually needs to be done is first we need to spread awareness about acid rain. This is going to be on a global level, so ad campaigns on the TV, billboards and all that. And we need to talk about the effects of acid rain as ways to prevent it. So, but we also have to enforce rules and regulations. So we need to make sure everyone follows the rules, like car emissions and proper factory regulation. Like in 1990, the U.S. launched the Clean Air Act, which cut sulfur emissions down by 88%. And China also did this, and China's emissions have fallen 75% since 2007. We also need to create rules for everyone to follow, and we need to have repeating offenders donate money to help clean up acid rain, but also prevent it. So some of these rules are creating more efficient ways to deal with the sulfur waste. And then we also need to give benefits, so like tax reductions if you decide to purchase a solar panel or an electric cars, which is already being done. You get about an $8,000 tax deductible if you purchase an electric car. So that makes it very good, and it goes and makes it a more rewarding thing. So how can we prevent acid rain? So this is like at a local level. So first we can carpool with our friends, so this saves it. We can be considerate with our energy usage, so do not leave the AC on if you're not in the house. Do not leave the heat on if you're in the house. And the lights, you'd think maybe leaving the lights on, but it accumulates over time, and it will actually cause much more harm to the environment than you know. And you can also install solar panels. So this is not going to rely on electric and heating, which will cause sulfur to be released in the air, which causes acid rain. And this will also, if you think about it, can save you money in the long run too. So this is a few of my citations. And I just want to close it out as, what are you going to do to help prevent acid rain, and how can you help your community be a safer place? Thank you.